Hello, welcome back for another episode. I appreciate you showing up and watching these videos, and I hope that you're subscribing. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel, welcome to the community, where we're attempting to help out traditional archers from everywhere and at every level. Today we're going to be talking about snap shooting and the potential to use snap shooting, and sometimes even the thought of instinctive shooting, as a way of explaining our inability to hit targets well or to actually cover up some of our other mistakes. Snap shooting is a method of shooting where most people understand it to be is a fairly quick release. A person who snap shoots often, and most often I believe, snap shooting is used for aerial targets. If you're hunting birds or if you're hunting moving targets, the arrow is released almost instantly upon reaching the anchor point. And it's not a bad way to shoot. The problem is when people use their idea of snap shooting, or the fact that they shoot quickly, as a way of covering up other errors. The most common one I find is that people who don't understand snap shooting well shoot bows that are too heavy for them. The draw weights are too much. So they think they're shooting quickly because that's just the way they shoot, but they're really shooting quickly because they can't anchor long enough and comfortably enough without having to release an arrow early. There are some genuine snap shooters out there, and one that comes to mind is Jeff Kavanaugh. And if you look up his videos, you'll find he does an excellent video on snap shooting and how he does it and why he does it. But I want to make sure there's a distinction between shooting quickly and snap shooting. The two are not necessarily separate of each other, but one will definitely develop the other more clearly. Now, how I mean that is, I can do what I think is called snap shooting. I can draw back an instant release, but not use correct form, and I'm shooting fast or shooting quickly, but not shooting well. And I think if you practice shooting well, speed will naturally come with that, and with that will come a form of what could be considered snap shooting. Now, I shoot aerial targets, but I'm much better at ground targets, I'll have to admit, and stationary targets. But one of the things I gain when I go to shoot aerial targets is that because of my form and practice at stationary targets, when I speed things up a little bit, I don't lose a lot of that form or a lot of my accuracy. I've included some video in this, and you'll see me shooting stationary targets, and the reason I put those in there is so you can see the shot cycle that I have. I shoot, in the video that I'm attaching here, you'll see me shoot 5 arrows at a 20-meter target, or a 20-yard target, and I get 3 out of 5 in the 5 ring, which gave me a score of a 23 on that round, which if I could do all the time would get me in the 270s. I actually only shoot in the 250s, so I'm not doing as great as I'd like. On average, my shot cycle from the time I draw an arrow and release that arrow is only 6 seconds. And from the time that I actually anchor and release is less than 2 seconds. On average, I think it was about 1.5 seconds of time. So in a sense, just my normal shot cycle is a method of snap shooting. I don't hold on target for any length of time. I draw when I actually come in contact where I want to be for that target. I simply release. And that comes from over a lot of practice and a lot of time. So speed is developed through good practice methods, and you pick up speed as you go. So don't confuse shooting quickly with shooting accurately or well, just because instinctive shooters sometimes shoot a little faster than maybe others do. Don't use that as an excuse for getting bad form and getting yourselves in a bad habit, thinking that, well, I shoot instinctively, I shoot quickly, it's just the way it is. Make sure you're shooting accurately. It's more important than speed. And as you get better at it, you will get more accurate. I hope this video is useful, and I hope that you'll see through repetitive shot cycles and doing everything the way you want to do it, you'll eventually build the speed you're looking for. And snap shooting will be less of an excuse for bad archery, and it'll be more of a method that you use because you've practiced long enough to make it work. Enjoy shooting, keep shooting straight. I hope you're having a good time. For those of you who are in the Houston area, our prayers go out for you, and we're behind you 100%. We hope things are going well. Have a good night, have a good day, wherever you may be, and enjoy.